My name is Jamar Hawk, and this is my week 4 blog, part 1. And today discussion, we pretty much had to pick like 4 terms and pretty much talk about them. And the 4 terms I picked was unit testing, integration testing, system test, and usability testing. Unit testing is the testing of an individual program or module. The objective is to identify and eliminate execution errors that could cause the program to terminate abnormally, and logic errors that could have been missed during the desk checking. Intuitively, one can view a unit as the smallest testable part of an application. And in procedure programming, a unit could be an entire module, but it's also more commonly an individual function or procedure. In objective-oriented programming, a unit is often an entire interface, such as a class, but it could be an individual method as well. And unit tests are short code fragments created by programmers during the development process, in which it formed the basis of the component testing. The second one is integration testing. It's pretty much testing 2 or more programs that depend on each other. And the purpose of this level of testing is to expose faults in the interaction between integrated units. Test drivers and test stubs are used to assist in the integration testing and during the processes of manufacturing. For example, if you manufacture a ballpoint pen, you got the cap, you got the body, you got the tail, and you got the clip, and as well you got the ink cartridge, and the ballpoint is produced separately, and the unit is test separately. So when 2 or more of those units are ready, they are assembled, and the integration testing is performed, and that's whether if the cap fits into the body or not. So that's the integration testing. The third one was system test, which includes all likely processing situation and is intended to assure the user, developers, and the manager that the program meets all the specification and that all the necessary features have been included. So system testing takes as it inputs all of the integrated components that have been passed during the integration testing. And the purpose of integration testing is to detect any inconsistencies between the units that are integrated together, whereas system testing seeks to detect the defects both within the inter-assembles and also within the system as a whole. So system testing is performed on the entire system and in the context of a functional requirement specification or specifications, and or the system required specification. So system testing doesn't test not only the design but also the behavior and even the believed expectations of the customers, and it is also intended to test up to and beyond the bounds defined in the software and hardware requirements specifications. And the last one that I picked was usability testing, which refers to the evaluating of a product or service by testing it with representative users. Typically, during the test, the participant will try to complete typical tasks while they being observed by or watched and listening, and these people actually take notes on what the participant is doing. So the goal is to identify any usability problems, collect qualitative and quantitative data, and determine the participant satisfaction with the product. To run an effective usability test, you need to develop a solid test plan, recruit participant, and then you need to analyze and report the findings. And most usability testing lets the design and development team identify problems before they are coded. So the earlier issues are identified and fixed, the less expensive the fixes will be in the terms of both the staff time and possible the impact to the schedule. So those are the 4 terms I picked, and thank you.